break the line. Always showing that they're very prepared to throw it out wide. There's the centre, Bartley. He's tackled about 18 metres short of the Gosford line now. Again, Woy Woy throwing it around with gay abandon. That time it was centre Wayne Robinson. Referee well spotting a knock on, and Woy Woy losing a good opportunity to mount some real pressure on the Townies' defence. Well, a big push from Woy Woy, but Paul Kent comes away with it from the scrum base for the Townies. It's a fullback Winspear, makes it up to the quarter line. It's Bailey, and he's been one of the better performers for Gosford in his early exchanges. Player with plenty of pace and plenty of fire. He's certainly letting his Woy Woy opponents know that he's about. Scrum packing down right in front of our camera, about 26 metres from the Gosford line. Waterworth comes away with it, picks up the fullback there, Adam Madison. Chiming in to make the extra man. Woy Woy with another good opportunity to attack. That's Tom Anthony, the Burleigh second rower, divisional representative this season. Waterworth to dummy half. And working the back line now. And that's centre Wayne Robinson. And again, Woy Woy unable to hold possession, letting Gosford off the hook. 6 points to 0 in favour of the Townies. And they're trying to ruck it out from their own line right now. Well, that's a relieving one for them. Powell finds touch. Again, about 26 metres from the Townies line. They've had some trouble getting out of this part of the field. And what a strong tackle that was. Tom Anthony up top really drove the shoulder in there. Waterworth flicks it back on the inside, but that player's offside. That's Greg Shorrock. Couldn't resist the temptation. The Woy Woy players were teaming down on him. Were about to come up with a ball. He couldn't resist the temptation to fall on it. So again, Woy Woy will have an opportunity to mount some real pressure on the Townies' defence. Let's see this time if they can hold it for 6. Fullback hooker Ray Neal comes up to get play restarted. There's a decoy runner before Barnes takes it up. And he's gone to within a metre or so of the line. Real trouble here for the Townies. Neal fumbles a dummy half, and again, well, the Roosters really letting this territorial advantage slip away from them. That's Thomas. And that's a good run from that part of the field. He was able to make it up to the 10-metre line. Here comes the kick through Powell. And it's a good torpedo punt too. That'll beat the fullback Adam Madison. He's racing back now to pick it up and does so, but the chase is good from the Townies. And there's 2 of them there to meet him. That's 5'8" Humphreys and Blackhurst. Well, there's trouble out here for the Townies if Woy Woy can keep play going the same way at the end of the track. This time working the blind side. And already the players getting quite muddy and quite hard to spot. Well, it's not too hard to spot Jason Waterworth. I think the only redhead out there today. Scrum packing down 5 metres on the Gosford side of halfway, and the Gosford backline expecting a scrum win here. They're lined out pretty deep here on the open side, but they won't be needed just yet because Woy Woy have come up with a penalty. And that was against the Gosford hooker, Paul Crawley, going down in that scrum. Robinson will attempt to find touch. It's not a big kick, but it gets the result the Roosters would have been looking for. And that's finding touch about 8 metres short of the Gosford quarter. There's a big fella again, Corey Barnes, appearing to pull up there on that occasion. Well, this time it's Woy Woy line very deep. And as we've mentioned, they've been unable to hold the ball for 6 tackles once they get into this part of the track. Let's see if they can do it this time. Yeah, about to spread it wide now through Waterworth. And that's 5'8" Andrew Toms. And again, need we say it, the Roosters coming up with the error. That's Winspear. And already he's come up from the fullback position to get involved and take some of the pressure off his forwards as they attempt to ruck it out of this danger zone. It's 6 points to 0 in favour of the Townies. It's Bailey. Taken well by Toms up top. That's Humphries. And I get the feeling that the Woy Woy defence really hanging off the Gosford halves, particularly Humphries. He seems to have plenty of time each time he handles. There's a charge down, and it's Winspear that comes back up with it. Robinson was the man who got in between the kicker and the touchline. Thomas gets a good ball back on the inside to the lock forward Troy Evans, that was. That's Bailey again. And again, he makes a good gain of 8 or 9 metres and threatened to offload to Evans. But just couldn't get his arms free early enough. The kick will come shortly, I think. Humphries has got it. Turns his back on the defence before offloading to Powell. And we saw Bartley trying to get a big shoulder block in on there on his opposite number, but not quite connecting. Woy Woy winger Ashley Hedges doing very well to not only field that ball but stay away from that touchline. A good strong run and very heavily backslammed by James Blackhurst. As Humphries getting involved in some defence. Waterworth. And again, Woy Woy looking to throw it wide on just about every opportunity. That's Bartley. That's Toms, but this time Gosford caught inside the 5. Gets to play where he started. It's the winger, Michael McMahon. Neil again. Second rower, Shane Irwin that time. Coming the open side, a switch of play now through Waterworth. Picks up Tom Anthony, gets the palm away on one player, but a good low tackle from Greg Shorrock cuts him down about 12 metres short of the Townies line. Waterworth a dummy half. That's Anthony standing flat on that occasion, but still able to break 2 or 3 tackles. And I think he's been able to roll over for a try. Well, that really came from nothing. The big fella got the ball flat-footed. The defence rushed up to meet him. He simply palmed one off, bumped another out of the way, and rolled over for a try. Well, that's brought Woy Woy right back into it. Got a scoreline of 6 points to 4 now. And a fairly simple attempt at conversion here for Waterworth. kick from Waterworth. And we've got a scoreline that stays at 6 points to 4. And although the Townies enjoying an advantage on the scoreline, it's been Woy Woy that's really had the territorial advantage. Dr. Wassell, that try really coming from nothing.
He's a big man.
Now it's Woy Woy asked to ruck play out from their own line, and they've done a very good job of that. In only 2 rucks, they've made it back to around about midway between the quarter and halfway, and there's that Tom Anthony again surging through a tackle. He's really proving difficult to put down at these early stages. Woy Woy again throwing it wide, and a good 2-man tackle there. The hooker proving effective up top. That was Paul Crawley. But centre Hobson managed to step one player, but the defence came again and cut him down about 8 metres short of the halfway line. Barnett offering the ball, but deciding to take the tackle in the end. Kent offloads to Winspear, and he's brought down about 5 metres short of that halfway mark. Kent again. Humphries again given plenty of time. This time he decides to take on the defence, and Tom Anthony was there to swing him to the deck. Plays right on the halfway line now, centre field. Well, Thomas has gone without it. There's a jarring tackle from 2 of the Woy Woy defenders, notably Shane Bartley, the tough tackling centre up top, and the Woy Woy Roosters come up with the ball. Well, there's no one there to receive the ball. The dummy half had little option but to run himself on that occasion. He made it to the halfway line. This time there's players ready. Waterworth. An overlap here for the Roosters, but good bit of defence there by Thomas prevented them from getting any real advantage from that. And in fact, Gosford Centre's been able to come up with the ball. The old tempers are fraying, a bit of pushing and shoving going on. And apparently, one of the Gosford defenders issuing referee Wells with a bit of a verbal serve. He decided to march them 10. Woy Woy 5'8" Andrew Toms wanders into the forwards, calming them down, laying the rule down. Robinson had very little angle to work with there, made a gain of around about 4 metres. Neil it is, the hooker, to get play restarted. A couple of decoy runners, and finally it's Corey Barnes who takes it towards the quarter line. They're about 5 metres short of that mark now. Neil floats to front rower Lee Patterson. Well, plenty of decoy runners, and in the end it's second rower Shane Irwin's gone to within 5 metres of scoring Waterworth now. They're swinging it wide. It's good defence out wide. No, it isn't. Another short ball. Plays just 5 metres short of the line. Wayne Robinson it was, able to stand and get his ball away on that occasion. Tom Anthony again has a go, but this time the Gosford defence awake to him. There's 3 or 4 of them there, and he's hovering over that try line. Big trouble here for the Townies. They're short out wide. Well, we're looking to bring it that way now. Waterworth gets his ball away. I spotted a knock on there, but play's going on. Barnes able to get his ball around the defence, and it's going to end in a try. Ashley Hedges is the man, but I almost certainly spotted a knock on there. Dr. Wassell, how did you see it?
I was impeded.
Well, Woy Woy have shot to the lead. They lead by 8 points to 6. And I'm sure that the Gosford supporters not real impressed with that one.
I think you'll find that was a Woy Woy supporter, being honest.
comments this afternoon from Dr. Stephen Wassell. He'll have to excuse the laryngitis. He was going to be the master of the one-liner, but he'll have to be the master of the one-worder today. That's about all he can manage. Sadly astray. Score remains 8 points to 4. Robinson, Bartley in fact, making a good gain of 12 or so metres. Well, there's a Woy Woy player who's gone without the ball. Thomas standing in the tackle. He's unable to get his ball away though. That's Bailey, and he's chopped down, and what a good low tackle that was. That was Andrew Toms. Really drove the shoulder in. It's Barnett, able to get his ball away that time. Greg Shorrock was on the end of it. And plays now within the Woy Woy quarter line. Townley's looking to spin it wide. Humphreys. It flows to Evans. Finally gets it away to centre Hobson. But he's going nowhere. The defence has wrapped him up this time. Quick play the ball's what the Townies are after. Waterworth, Kent rather, getting a good grubber kick in behind the defence, and James Blackhurst looked there for a moment as if he was going to come up with a great bounce. But well, we're just able to clean it up, and just as well, it almost certainly resulted in a try. Well, the ball going astray, but Woy Woy able to clean it up. And still, they're rucking it out from their own line. 6 more tackles, and they could do with plenty more of those at this stage. May have said the score was 8-4. It's 8-6, of course. The Townies successful with their conversion. Here comes the clearing kick. Robinson decides in the end he'll have a run from there. Able to make 10 metres or so. This time it's the 5th tackle, and we should see the kick coming. It's the other centre, this time Bartley. It's a high torpedo up. And, well, Kent decides to let that one bounce. Finally he's able to clean it up. Heads towards centre field. He's beaten one. Running cross field. He'll have to link up shortly, otherwise he's going to get creamed. He's coming close to the touchline. And wisely deciding to take the tackle and go to ground. Madison was the man in defence. That time with the lock forward, Paul Rich. Rich again involved. Crawley at dummy half. Spinning it wide now, that's Humphreys. Oh, gets a rather hurried ball away to Powell. Backline not moving forward on that occasion. Woy Woy defence equal to the task. Well, Powell had the ball out there, offering to pass it. And as he was swung to the deck, we saw what happened. And when you're running the ball out from that end of the track, so close to your line, I think both sides would do well to tuck it in close to the chest and play safety first football. It's raining again, as we can see, and conditions aren't going to get any better. Waterworth now, run around. But referee Wells has spotted a forward pass there from Toms. And Woy Woy's mistake rate continues to soar, and yet they lead by 8 points to 6. Another big, huge push from the Woy Woy forwards, and this time they're able to come up with the ball. That's Toms this time. Takes on the defence. Got a good palm away on Humphries, but Humphries able to drag him to the deck. That's Toms again. Palms away one of them. Stands in the tackle and finally takes the tackle up top of Powell. Working the blind side this time. Toms shapes the pass on the inside and in the end gives it to Barnes on the outside. He makes it to the quarter line. Three of them there swinging to the deck, but I think he's lost the ball. He has. Thomas comes up with it for the Townies. And we're caught inside the 5. Well, Wells didn't stand back the 5. And Woy Woy really had no idea where the mark was. Oh, good inside ball. Bailey was the man. Crawley, switch of play this time. Shorrock it is. Makes it up to 5 metres on the Woy Woy side of the track. Wind spear. That's Kent. I won't want to let him into any gaps. He's already showed today what pace he's got. Working the blind side this time. It's Bailey. And a good two-man tackle. Cuts him down.
Is that yours?
Kick finds touch about 4 metres inside the Woy Woy quarter.
Is that this other line, mate? Side line off.
Pressure here for the Roosters. They've got the scrum feed, and fortunately for them, they've been able to come up with the ball. It's fullback Adam Madison. In fact, it was a halfback Waterworth.
Sorry, that one.
He just says no. Oh, Woy Woy making easy yardage. They've, the space of 3 rucks, they've been able to make it up to within the to within 10 metres of the halfway line, but losing the ball as we see. Gosford looking to capitalise on that now. On the Woy Woy side of halfway. This time working the blind side through Kent. That's Barnett. 8 points to 6 in favour of the Roosters at this stage. Bailey. Reluctant to take Bailey down low. Humphries. Wind spear. The ball comes to Hobson, but he's swamped by the defence. 5th and last tackle now. Hooter sounds in the background. Kent gets too many problems. And he's brought down at 10 metres from his line. As referee Wells signals the end of this first half. Just repeating, Woy Woy leading Gosford by 8 points to 6. Gosford had a dream start when Paul Kent scored in only the 2nd minute of play. Humphries was able to convert, but from that point on, Woy Woy enjoyed a big territorial advantage. Half of the under-18 grand final. Woy Woy leading 8 points to 6 at this stage. As we mentioned, there's no real wind advantage for either side. It'll be Andrew Powell to get play started. This will be an awkward one to pick up. But Shane Irwin's able to do that. That's locked forward Troy Evans. Paul Rich, in fact. Well, Lee Patterson comes up with the error. Gosford in possession now at 5 metres on Woy Woy's side of the track. Thomas. Well, Bailey apparently coming up with the error, but with a knock on, but Wells didn't see it that way. There's not a lot of pressure there for Waterworth. Oh, a strong run. Sees Woy Woy make it to within 8 metres of the halfway line. Tom Anthony this time getting involved. He makes it up to that mark. Plays in centre field, and the Gosford defence just backpedalling at this stage. It's fullback Adam Madison. Takes play up to the 10-metre line. Gosford's end of the field. This time it's front rower Lee Patterson. Fifth and last tackle now for the Roosters. Watch for Waterworth. He's got it now. Gosford a little short out wide, and they've seen that. Well, the handover now being called for. Bartley was the man who attempted to make the break. Oh, Gosford spinning it wide, and a knock on. First tackle. That could be a costly one for the Townies. Scrum will pack down in centre field at 10 metres short metres from the Gosford quarter line. Waterworth comes up with the scrum wins. He's tackled about 30 metres short from the Gosford line. Again, they work the blind side, this time through Robinson, but referee Wells has pinged Andrew Powell for an infringement in the marker position. This could give Waterworth an opportunity for goal, although they're opting for the quick tap and not even opting to fine touch. Waterworth picks up second rower Shane Irwin. He's tackled in centre field right on the quarter line, Gosford's end of the field. Neil has a try from dummy half, but he's wrapped up very quickly. This time working the open side. On, and finally they bring him to ground after he makes 5 metres. Spinning it wide this time through Madison. It's Bartley. There's an overlap here for the Roosters, but they're not able to capitalise on it.
Sit down.
Spinning across the goal mouth, and the Roosters in for another try. The Roosters drawing first blood in the second half. They've scooted away to a 12 points to 6 lead.
Have your attention for a second. The owner of car NYU 687, Nikhil Patara. You go to your car, please. You left your doors. Go to your car, please.
Well, I didn't catch that try scorer. Well, Jason Waterworth apparently. Waterworth attempting to convert his own try. His 2 kicks earlier today have been very poor attempts. He hasn't hit the ball at all well. Time over this one now. Again, he's failed. The score remains 12 points to 6. Well, we guessed that the sloppy conditions would disfavour. It certainly looks as though that's happening at this stage. Forward, Rich makes it up to within, around about midway between the quarter and the halfway line. Tom Anthony running diagonally across the ruck, making good ground. He's proved very strong this afternoon. Clearing kick coming. Ball wind spear. Safely, he's bumped off 2 tacklers. And a good run that was in the end. Makes it up to within 10 metres of the halfway line. Gosford looking to... Now I thought they were going to bring it the blind side, but Thomas picked it up from dummy half and scooted the open. This time working the blind side. Wind spear. That's Powell. The defence up quicker than this time, although he's still able to shrug 2 or 3 of them away. He really is an excellent to come up with 6 more tackles at least. Strong run from Black, swinging it back the blind side this time. Kent offloads to front rower Barnett. And he was hitting a good crunching tackle, 2 of them involved there. Humphries this time, shaving to offload, comes to the defence, gets the ball back inside to Kent. Kent almost out of Anthony's tackle, but the Burley gets a grubber in. That'll find touch too. Or will it? No. 12 points to 6 in favour of Woy Woy. Plays in centre field now, midway between the quarter and the halfway line. That's front rower Patterson getting up to his feet. Chip and chase comes. It could be dangerous for the Roosters, but they're able to clean it up. There's a charge down there from Kent. Waterworth gets out of dummy half, and what a strong tackle from Thomas. Didn't quite get him, but still good enough to bring him down. Barnes stands in the tackle before he's knocked down. Plays still midway between that halfway and quarter line. And Tom Anthony coming in with some strong defensive work, but he brushes out of 4 or 5 of them. And what a big game the big fella's having. He makes it up to within 1 metre of the halfway line. Well, we're looking to spin it wide this time. Toms gets along. Well, it wasn't a good ball. Wayne Robinson was asked to catch it, but couldn't quite pull it in. It was high and behind him. Blackhurst met by 3 or 4 of them. And this time it's fullback Madison taking it up to 2 metres on the Woy Woy side of halfway. Some work in the open side. Barnett that was. Plays now 5 metres on the Woy Woy side of halfway. 12 points to 6 the Roosters lead. That's Thomas. Spins out of 1 tackle. Charges forward.
It was over, Dave. Spins over 1.
Well, the fullback, Madison, letting that ball bounce and almost proving very costly for the Roosters. Michael McMahon gets out of dummy half, but the Townies being pinged there. Relieving one for the Roosters. Wayne Robinson will attempt to find touch. He's only 5 metres from his own line. Finds it about just a decoy and finally gives it to Barnes. And what a strong tackle. This time working the open side, or blind side I should say. It's the front rower Lee Patterson. He's been a willing worker today. Waterworth. Toms didn't have a lot of room by the time he received the ball. Waterworth again at dummy half. The clearing kicks come back in the winger. Finally Winspear able to come back and retrieve it. And what a good tackle. Michael McMahon that was. Good chase. He did well to cut that man down. Well, that looked nasty, but the player gets up unhurt. It was the winger Andrew McAndrew. Humphries handballs up to the defence, then turns it on as he hits the line. In the end, Jason Waterworth brought him down, only a metre or so short of the halfway line. Well, that's some sloppy play from the Townies. Move down again.
Too scared. Next year they're going to do it.
Coming up with that scrum win. That's Anthony again. 2 defenders needed. Waterworth. Toms. Cut that ball. That's Senel Robinson. But again, the defence out wide is good. They work the blind through Corey Barnes. It makes it up to within the quarter line. 5th and last tackle now for the Roosters. I'll probably go for the air. Waterworth's the man to watch. He does so. It's a cross-field bomb. It's going to... for the Townies. The ball bouncing over the dead ball line.
Graham Hexel has replaced Greg Short.
Time ticking away now for the Townies. A trail by 12 points to 6. But as we've said before, there are plenty of players in their side that are capable of running the length of the field to score if given a little room. And if I was in the Townie side, I'd be giving players like Powell, who's handling now, as well as his centre partner Hobson, as much ball as possible. Humphries now scampers up the blind side. He makes it up to within 5 metres. Woy Woy's side at that quarter line. Well, fifth and last tackle, they really haven't made much impression in this set. Kent attempts to get play the Woy Woy into the field, although it's not a good kick. It's more of a centre field bomb. And didn't pose too many problems for the winger Ian McAndrew. Now Gosford again called upon to defend their line. Plays now midway between their quarter line and the halfway line. Waterworth flows to Toms. There's trouble here for the Townies. Oh, but the pass, not a good one to the winger, McMahon. He wasn't given a lot of room to move, and the fence claimed him. Oh, strong defence. Waterworth. Well, apparently hit late. Waterworth took a bit of a dive. Appears a little groggy, although both linesmen now coming into rule on it. And I say it appeared that Ray Neal there, the Woy Woy hooker, just letting his halfback know that the touch judges had cited it and to stay down and have a bit of a spell. Woy must take this shot at goal. That's assuming, of course, they come up with a penalty. So 12 points to 6, a further 2 points will give them that little extra breathing space. It's quite possible that Gosford will score a try. A little less likely they'll be able to score twice. Now finally the penalty going to the Roosters, but almost unbelievably they've opted for the tap. I'm sure that the goal kicker Waterworth would have been able to, if not kick that goal, kick it at least dead. The Roosters would have come back up with possession, but nevertheless, plays in centre field now, only 2 metres short of the line, and the dummy half, has he gone over? He must be very close. But, in fact, he's lost the ball, and Gosford now. It's a relieving one for the Townies. We've mentioned time ticking away for them. Working the blind side this time through Thomas. 2 defenders there to meet him. Kent works a run around with Humphries, attempting to offload to Powell. There's Powell now. He's taken a strong ball and all tackle though. Still 10 metres short of the halfway line. And Gosford finding the going pretty tough at this stage. Winspear stands in the tackle, but Bartley had him. A bit of an overlap here looming out wide. Oh, the ball's not a good one to Powell. Front rower Corey Barnes standing wide, able to claim his man. Humphries. As for the chip and chase, but not a lot of pressure here for the lock forward, Paul Rich. He takes it right on that halfway line. Well, and break coming here from nothing. Robinson's the man. Back on the inside of the hooker. Ray Neal. 6 more tackles. Plenty of problems for the Townies now, working the blind side. His field before picking up Tom Anthony, I should say, but the ball going forward, according to referee Wells. And a relieving one for Gosford.
Number 14's on.
Now the urgency really coming into the Townies play now. They realise that the season is fast coming to an end for them. And at this stage, looks as though they could come up empty-handed, but as we speak, Thomas makes a break, offloads on the inside, and that's the sort of free-flowing play we're used to seeing from this Townies backline. This time they're spread wide, working it that way now. Humphries, there's a front rower out there, stagnating play a little, although he's still able to make a break. Turns it on the inside to Powell. He's a player they're going to have to watch. A player with plenty of pace. He can break the game for them. Throwing it around now. Winspear. An overlap out here. But the defence swarms. Able to swing Hobson to the deck, right on the quarter line. This is the first time Gosford had an opportunity to score for quite a while. Chip and chase. Oh, that player copping a set of knees and ran about the head area. Paul Kent came back up with it, and 6 more tackles for the Townies. Powell at dummy half, but he's swamped by the marker defence. A good bit of work that was too. Woy Woy defender very sick and sorry. They're 1 down at the moment. With just 12 defenders, plays only 10 metres short of their line. Well, they try from dummy half. There's not a lot of gain to be made from that part of the field. They've got to get these pacey outside backs involved. That's Thomas. 5th tackle. Kent gets a chip in. Oh, and fortunately for Woy Woy, the fullback Madison comes up with a lucky rebound. And momentarily the pressure off. Oh, a good low tackle that on the big fella, Tom Anthony, as a replacement forward on. I think that's Hextall. Oh, temper's frayed a bit there. No action taken. Here comes the clearing kick. The chase is good from the lock forward, but the player's still able to get his kick in. That's Madison, but the chasers are good. 3 of them there, and Gosford really starting to feel the pinch. The players still getting back on side, and we're almost up to the 3rd play of the ball. Very slow. They can't afford. They've got to dig deep. They've got to find that extra. Well, lock forward Troy Evans shows that he's still got plenty of gas left in the tank, but that's a costly error. Possession is going to be vital in these dying stages, and the Townies just can't afford to come up with errors like that. Well, that's a handy one for them. Collapsing the scrum. Powell as the kick. And what a good one it is. Finding touch right on the Woy Woy quarter line. The crowd comes to life. This could be the Townies' last throw of the dice. Kent offloads to Thomas, but they're going 1 out. They really need to support the ball runners. A broken tackle could be the difference between winning and losing this match. Well, Kent offloads the ball. I thought it was a little hard, but the player able to handle it. Humphries now spies a bit of a gap at the centre field. He's standing in the tackle, gets a sloppy ball back to Kent. Kent's gone to within 5 metres of scoring. Play right in centre field. The Townies have plenty of options in attack from here. This fellow will go from dummy half, I feel sure. He does that. He really telegraphed that. A wasted play the ball. Play still in centre field. Watch for Humphries. He's involved now. Turns the ball back on the inside. And a gap closes quickly. That was Shorrock. Crawley at dummy half now. Fires the ball across to Kent. Firing along the back line. Thomas, there's trouble out here. Oh, the Gosford centre stands in the tackle. Finally gets his ball away to one of the replacement forwards. There's trouble on the blind side. Blackhurst. Oh, only a metre or so short of the line. The crowd really on its feet in that exchange. But the Gosford winger bundled into touch. Well, Woy Woy have scored 3 tries to 1. They've probably done enough to deserve to win this match. They're still not out of it. Well, they're still having a shorter win, I should say. As Kent comes out from the scrum base, he's gone to within half a metre of scoring. Unbelievable tension here at Graham Park. They're spinning it wide. Oh, and the player Bailey spotted a gap. I thought he was over. We'll get back to that. Spinning it wide now. The fullback, Winspear. He's also only a metre short. The play the ball, he's over. Well, sustained pressure. Woy Woy defence has stood strong for so long. And finally it was a soft try, a soft dummy half try. I didn't get his number. We'll wait for the ground announcer. And as we can hear, the Gosford supporters really coming to life. That takes the score along to 12 points to 10.
The wheel has come full circle.
Oh, what a tragedy. What a tragedy. 5'8", Gary Humphries. Well, probably the most important kick of his career to date. And we saw he simply slipped over.
I think you'll find it significant, David, that us predicting that the wet conditions might favour the Woy Woy side has become such a telling factor in the end.
Well, good bit of perception that from Dr. Wassell.
Half Dr. Wassell.
The score remains 12-10. Who scored the try? Barnett was the try scorer. Well, Gosford still in possession, still with a chance. That's Powell, makes it up to within 5 metres of the halfway line. Well, pretty lax 5 metres being maintained by referee Wells in the closing stages. Here comes the kick. Humphries. It's gone for the chip. It's going to bounce in open territory, but the replacement winger favoured with a good bounce. I think that's Brennan. Oh, some big defensive work there put in. Wayne Robinson was on the receiving end of it. Yeah, it didn't do him the world of good. Gosford supporters screaming for him to get up and play the ball. Tom Anthony takes the tackle, 2 metres short of the halfway line. Both teams look very tired. Waterworth. It's locked forward, Paul Rich. Had a very strong second half. Waterworth goes for the grubber, but the winger, James Blackhurst, favoured with a good bounce. He's bringing it towards centre field. He's running out of room. He's beaten one. Steps back inside the second player. He's into a gap, but the defence comes again. And you can really sense the urgency, not only on the field, but amongst the supporters here behind us. Gosford spinning it wide. Powell Well, he's got plenty of pace, but the ball's gone forward. Well, Dr. Watson, you had a good view of that one. How did you see it?
Fair call.
Fair call's the verdict. I must admit that Powell didn't look too distressed with the decision. Wayne Robinson finds touch. Pretty close to the Townies quarter line. Tom Anthony, or is it? No, it's his look-alike, replacement forward. He wasn't announced. We think his name is Hextall. Oh, Williams perhaps.
So with a look at that haircut, the man must be on chemotherapy.
All time. Really ticking away. We must be in the final minutes. This under-18 grand final. Well, that's a good one to win. Trouble here for the Townies. And another try to the Roosters. That's wrapped it up. Absolute jubilation in the Roosters camp. Coach Greg Manson jumped to his feet, punched the air. He realises that his charges have now secured the 1987 under-18 premiership. Wayne Robinson was the try scorer.
Forward 16 back to 10.
The score now moves along to 16 points to 10. Well, there it is. Waterworth now will attempt this conversion. Judging on his earlier efforts today, he shouldn't even go close with this one. But the result of this kick, not that important. Well, there it is, another shocker, but Woy Woy certainly get to laugh last and laugh best. They've won the under-18 grand final by 16 points to 10.
Man of the match.
Get close.
Well, I may point out there's an under-18 grand final. Look what's been sputtered around out there.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, the completion of a great game of football to start out our 1987 Carlton Premiership. We have to make the announcement of the player of the match, the sporting editor of the Central Coast Express, Mr. Ray Chambers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've witnessed a great game of rugby league here today. If the remaining 3 games are as good as what we've just witnessed, I think rugby league will be the winner. Stephen McCrawley, put your hands together. They were very good gallant losers, ladies and gentlemen. same time, full credit to the winners. They deserved the honours on the day. They were the better side. They played brilliant football under the conditions. And we judged their second rower, Tom Anthony, as congratulations, Tom. I think you had a great game from all of this night.
He knew the bike was going to pick it up. He knew the bike was going to pick it up.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, could we have the captain of the Gosford team, Simon Barnett, please, to receive the pennant on behalf of all his team. A wonderful year for you, and you must be proud of your boys and of your coaches. Congratulations. The pennants, would you please hand them to all your boys and coaches. I'd like to thank you.
Thank our sponsors, especially my parents for all the decorations they got out.